Right. So, my name is Darlene Ramona Villalona. My best friends, my close friends call me Dar. To say that too, but only if you know me. Don't call me Dar if you don't know me, please. I was born in Brooklyn. I wasn't raised there. But yeah, I jack Harlem. I love Harlem. I've been living here for 9 years. I live in the Johnson Projects. Um, yeah, I just love Harlem. I would say I'm an activist. I protest. I do all forms of protesting. So that could be healing other people that have protested or that have gone through shit. Um, Being in the streets, actually protesting. I've been arrested also because of protesting. I'm Dominican. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, when I get happy about being Dominican, that doesn't mean I love all Dominicans because some Dominicans are anti-black and racist and not okay and do not know their history. So I never went to like preschool. That's one thing. I had a babysitter and we would pick up other kids from preschool. I remember always wanting to do that. But yeah, I went to elementary school. It was called PS 165. So it was around 108, 109th Street, around there. Then I went to middle school. It was in the same building. I went to Maha 2. My older sister went there. It's a good school, so I followed her path and I went there. Then after Maha 2, I got accepted to the Beacon School. So that's a public school. They say it's a very good public school, and I would say sure. Like I got a good education there, and that was in Midtown. That was at 60 something Street, and then my two last years they moved it, and it ended up being on 44th Street and like 11th Avenue or 10th Avenue around there. Then I graduated from there, and I went to SUNY Purchase, and yeah, I did my my major. Okay, when I went in, my major was in psychology, and then sophomore year, I changed it to arts management because that's something that I really want to do. So I graduated my BA in arts management and my minor in psychology. If you were to ask me this a few years back, I would not say I'm an artist. I just always loved art, always been surrounded by it. I used to act in elementary school. I was part of a show. I forgot his name. He was my music teacher, and I think his name was Mr. Pablo. He was Argentinian, and I loved it because I love Argentinian accent. They have that like that's how they talk. But it's beautiful. Like we would sing, and I was part of the choir or chorus, whatever, and that was fun. But I didn't consider myself nothing. And then I would always sing too. Like my family, my siblings know, like I really love music and I would always sing a little bit. And I knew my voice was, kind of good, but never like, I was never too confident to do anything crazy with it. So yeah, in elementary school I acted. I was like one of the main characters in the play. And it was fun. Like he did that. He was an amazing music teacher. Shout out to Mr. Pablo, PS 165. Yeah, he did a lot of shit. Yeah, basically the play, we wrote it ourselves. Like I missed the day of writing because I had an appointment. So other students were writing and like he put it together and then from there we made an original play. That was amazing. That was so fun. And then in middle school, yes, I did. I acted in middle school too. I was in West Side Story. I was Amanda. So I was the main character's friend, one of her friends, and it was nice. It was fun, I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. And then high school came and I got insecure. Not insecure. I didn't know this then, but I know what it is now. I didn't feel too confident in myself because there was just other people, and I went to a predominantly white high school. So I just did not feel comfortable just with all those white people and stuff. Like I had white friends and everything, but it just wasn't the same. I felt like I wasn't that good enough. But I had one of my elective was an art class, an acting class. I think it was acting one. I don't know what it was called, but I was so happy that we had that and it was amazing. And what show was it from? Was it from Pretty Little Liars? I think we had a scene from Pretty Little Liars. And sorry, I got distracted. I see an NYPD truck over there. But yeah, so we had like a scene, and I was so happy because did I know I was gay then? I don't know, but it was gay and it was lesbian and it was like a flirting scene and like, okay, so one of my classmates, she was a little uncomfortable, but I had to make her feel good. Like I was like, yo, like this is just acting. I know you're not gay. Like calm down, bro. I was getting mad in my head because I know she was also most likely a little homophobic. So I was just like, it's just a scene, like, because I guess I was, I did my part. I was acting. So I guess she felt it too much. And she was like, hold on. But yeah, that was amazing. And then after that, when we finished that little scene, that little whatever, my teacher was like, yo, you should try out for like our play or whatever. And like, you should really, do something out. And I just looked at her. I don't know what I said, but I was like, okay, yeah. And I never did it. I just did other stuff. And then I applied to SUNY Purchase and I got in. And I was so happy to be surrounded by art again because it's an art school. So, because before then I would go to all the events on campus. Like I was out. Even if I was by myself, I would go. I did not care. And I had my friend Shah. We would go to other events too, so that was nice. But I considered myself like an artist, a creative. I think after I performed for the first time, like I did a open mic night, my friend organized it, Angela, and I did it, and it was, I did some personal poetry and it was good. It was so nice. It felt very good to do because I've never done that. Oh no, but I've done something similar. I'm a backtrack again. I'm sorry. In high school, I did the Moth Story Slam. So basically, they come to you. It's like this company or whatever, this nonprofit that does stories. Like you just talk about stories out loud, and they have different themes. And they had a high school program, so they had students do it too. So they came and like. Sorry, I'm burping. I just ate. You come and you get what's it called? So you get recommended, kind of. So some teachers would select some students, and like they'll be part of it. So I was selected, I guess. Like one of my teachers wanted me to do it. I think it was Miss Kaufman, if I'm not wrong. Shout out to her. She's amazing. And I did it. It was nice. Like we went through the whole process of doing like little stories. We performed in front of each other. Some stories were personal, some stories were not. So I made mine very personal, and it was about me coming out as bisexual to my parents. And yeah, it was a lot. Like when I first said it out loud to like my peers, I cried. So I had to, it was obviously an open wound, but it was something that I really wanted to do just to get out there and like just to say it. So yeah, I told my story and it was great. People laughed while I was telling the story. People got emotional, and I knew then I had a way with words. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't consider myself, again, the white people in the school. That's what it was. So yeah, towards my end of being a college graduate or whatever, that's when I consider myself an artist. I was part of Latinx Unidos, and that's a club on campus. It's for all Latinos, whatever, Hispanic people. And we have an event called Café con Leche, coffee with milk. So we would have coffee, would have treats and stuff, and it would be people performing. They didn't even have to be Latino or anything. So that was nice. So I chose to perform. And again, it was nerve-wracking for me, but also I know I could be in front of people and do things. It was still nerve-wracking. So I had a poem I was gonna do, and then I was like, damn, I wanna do a new poem. So literally, while we were setting up, I wrote a new poem, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one. So I did that one, and I did both of them, and I did the other one. And whatever, I got feedback from one of my friends, and she told me, wow, Darlyn, I almost cried. I was tearing up. I was like, oh shit, wow. So I'm gonna find it right here. I'm gonna find it because I wrote it. So yeah, I wrote it in my journal, and then I said it out loud hold on. Yeah, so this is, okay. So it's right here. It's on page 42. And yeah, I don't have the date, but it was the date of the Café con Leche thing. So it's called We Are Not Our Parents, #1. This is how it goes. It says, I have to write to leave it behind the back of my mind, the reaction on your face when I told you, the way you got up and left as if feeling my pain translates to putting yours over mine. As if feeling my pain was too much truth for you to swallow. As if feeling my pain made it harder for you to love me. As if feeling your pain made it difficult to be your daughter. As if feeling your pain made me hate myself more. I had to live in my truth before recognizing that your pain was ours. And then I underlined that because that shit was powerful to me. So I was like, it got to be powerful to you. And yeah, after I performed this, I started sobbing on stage. And everybody, like my best friend hugged me and stuff like that. So it was nice first. So this is my book. Through her journal entries and writing from the Notes app on her iPhone 8, Darlyn heals through poetry and journaling. She discovers herself in the process. She is grieving, going through a heartbreak, loving, and being. And then it says ... Just read the damn book, please. Because I'm aggressive like that, and you need to read the book. But yeah, my best friends worked on this. Two of my best friends, Johnny and and Daniela, worked on the cover. I had a vision, and they just freestyled and went with it. So this is what it is. The title is Hummingbird, and then, is it semicolon? Yeah, semicolon, rumination, rumination, rumination. That's the title. And this is the back cover. My friend Yaritza did this. She's amazing. And this is the second page cover. My other friend made this. Yeah, this was Albert. And yeah, they knew what was up. I gave them like a chance to freestyle because I don't want to put other artists in a box. I want them to just be. So yeah, I also had a vision for this, and like he knew what was up. I already liked his art. And yeah, these are like the masks, I forgot what it's called, but they do this in DR when they have the parades and shit. You see them, the whipping stuff. So yeah, just to add my Dominicanness to the book. But yeah, this is literally, I just took pages from my journal that I've had my journal since middle school. And I just went through my journal, and I would write a lot, would journal, and just go through it and have poems because I love poetry. I've always loved poetry. So yeah, I decided, I was like, it's time to, put something out there. Like I should have my own book. So that's what I did. And my older sister lady, she connected me with one of her friends because he's self-published. And that I knew I wanted to do that. I wanted to self-publish. So because I didn't want a third party or anybody else getting part of my profits, I want all the money to go to me because money, and I need it and I want it. But yeah, so yeah, my older sister lady connected me with one of her friends. His name is Shane, and he has his own, he got like 3 books out or something. So I FaceTimed him, we connected, and he was putting me on basically. He was like, yeah, you gotta go to Alibaba.com and pick a vendor, like a person to print out the book. And I was just asking like, how do I do this? Do I have to have it laid out on the computer? I don't know. He was like, no, like just use Google Drive, type it out, everything, put it on every page, have your pages, all that, and then you just send that, and you send the artwork and all that. So he connected me to one of the people that printed one of his books, and that's how I did it. So it's been nice. There's some issues with the book, like some things are supposed to be on one page. So they're from China, and I know that there was a language barrier just from the way that we were communicating, but it was good. Like she sent me a video of like the book and like her flipping through the pages, but like going like this. She didn't show me every page because I'm very meticulous. Like if I'm doing something, I want it done the right way and my way. But yeah, she sent it, and I was grateful for that. But I noticed there were some issues, and I told her about it, and she was like, oh, I don't understand. So I was getting a little frustrated, and then I was like, you know what? It's okay. The big issue, though, she fixed it, but I just let it be. So that's why you'll see at maybe like 2 or 3 pages has one thing on the other page. But honestly, if it happens like that, that's okay. It had to happen like that naturally. But this is how the cover is supposed to really look like. Rumination, rumination, rumination together, because that's really what it is. All my ruminating thoughts and stuff. And I used my middle name on purpose because I used to not like my middle name too much because it's so strong, Ramona. But also that is my grandmother's name. and I love her, so I love my name. So Darlyn Ramona Villalona. And yeah, I'm gonna just read what this book is dedicated to, and then y'all could, purchase my book and read the rest. But this is, it says, this book is dedicated to all black and brown people fighting for a better tomorrow. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. If you know, you know. This is to, I don't want to use this name yet because this person hasn't told their parents that they changed their name. So you just read the book and you know who it is. But one of my friends, she did a tarot reading on my bed, and it was while I was going through a tough time. I was going through a heartbreak and grieving, and it really opened me up. It really, that's what I needed. It really switched for me. It really clicked. So I thank her for that. I said to Mr. and Mrs. Garcia's for always supporting me. They were my elementary school teachers. Mr. Garcia was my second grade teacher, and Miss Garcia was I forgot, but they were, whatever. They ended up being together. They're married. They have kids. They're amazing. They always supported me. I'll never forget, I read out a poem, and it was pretty personal, and I read it out, and I didn't finish it because some of my classmates were laughing. So I was like, okay, never mind. I'll read something else. And then, Miss Garcia, she went to me and she touched my shoulder. She was like, hey, Darlene, I want to hear the poem. Tell me the poem. And then that was just beautiful. I needed that. So we need teachers like that. So, and I also said to Elizabeth Acevedo for being the representation I needed. Thank you for writing in my copy of The Poet X. She put in quotes, sis, this is for you, pa'lante. So Elizabeth Acevedo is a Dominican writer, and I love her. She's amazing. She knows my older sister, so that's cool. And I met her in person, and she signed my book, so that was amazing. And I said lastly, but I kept writing. I put lastly to my beautiful Dominican-ass family, los amo. And then I also added, to all those that have bipolar disorder, we're not manic, we're floating. So that comes from my older sister. We were going through it and talking, and I just felt uncomfortable with the word manic, but it's real. That's a scientific term. Don't stop using it. But I just felt uncomfortable, and she was like, so we need another word. What could be a different word? And she came up with floating, and I was like, yo, literally, that's how it feels like. Yes. So thank you, lady. I love you. And then I put to my dearest friends who worked on the illustrations, captured my visions, and then some. And then I tagged them, front cover, I put their full name, all that. So you guys could check that out, hopefully. But yeah, and so the way I wrote the book, I wanted to have little quotes before we get to the actual poem or the actual journal entry. So right here, I started with, this is my quote. I started with, all the imperfections make a perfect alignment of ourselves. And then after that, that's how I started the book. And then it's table of contents. And then I have another quote, because it adds up. And these are quotes that inspire me of books I've read, and they're from songs, all that. So this page 5, it says, does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? And we know that's from Langston Hughes. And then after that, I have a journal entry. Some of them are dated, some of them not. That's why I put question mark, because I don't know when I wrote it. I didn't write the date in my journal for this. But yeah, this is a journal entry. And then this is a little poem I did. One of the first poems I wrote in that journal. I'll actually read it out loud. And I wrote this August 23, 2015. And I actually put this on my Tumblr. But it goes like, flowers are what my life has been about. All about ignoring pain or seeing the beauty before realizing the ugliness within. And yeah, here I have another quote. Is from Janae Aiko's song, Stay Ready, What a Life. That song is just amazing. All right, so for right now, you can get the book at wherever I'm at. So that is in person only for right now, but I do have a website already tooted up. One of my friends, Asia, worked on it, and it's just not ready right now. I need my funds first, and then I could do what I want to do. So right now it's just in person. So the next event I'm going to be at is on Friday. If you want the book, want to interact with me, all that, you just hit me up on my Instagram. at Dar Healing Central. That's all things me, all things book, all things music, everything, because I do a lot of things.